Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brooklyn Technical High School Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but we'll be around for the entire session to answer your questions. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to the presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. If there are any that you want to rewatch or haven't had the chance to see, they will all be recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/BrooklynTech. And now I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter, Iona College.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. My name is Maggie. I'm with Iona College in New Rochelle, New York, just about 35 minutes out of New York City. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started with the presentation here. Okay. Start here. Can you all see that all right?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Okay, again, my name is Maggie. I'm with Iona College in New Rochelle, New York. We are a small to medium-sized private liberal arts college with about 3,500 undergraduate students and 4,000 students altogether. We do have a growing graduate population on campus as well, as we're adding more programs there. But this is a quick overview of our campus. The pictures on the right, we've got a top picture there. That's a picture of downtown New Rochelle. It's kind of like a suburban city environment. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, being about 35 minutes from New York City, but also being able to have this kind of space for a traditional college campus, right? So that's our campus there. That's our admissions building down there on the bottom. So I'm going to bring up a little laser pointer just so you guys know what I'm talking about here. Right, here's the map, admissions building right there. As a liberal arts school, we do offer a wide range of programs from our School of Arts and Sciences, our School of Business, and our brand new New York Presbyterian School of Health Sciences. If you're interested in getting involved with fields like nursing, speech language pathology, psychology, fields like that, the New York Presbyterian Network is going to be a great asset for you as you're looking to get internships and clinical experiences. That partnership is also exciting for our business students, right? There's a lot of that goes into on the business end and operations end of running a hospital. So that's something that we're excited about there. You can check out these programs in more detail on our website, as well as our dual degree programs and our joint degree programs. Okay, moving along here. So something that you always want to look for as you're thinking about different schools. I'm not sure if the participants in this group are mostly juniors or sophomores, but you always want to take a look at what kinds of internship and career services colleges can offer you. At Iona, we can offer you job shadowing opportunities, mock interviews. We have career and expos. We have lots of connections with our alumni. My colleague Kyle across campus in our business school is working with lots of alumni to have them come and do some lectures and do some workshops with some students on campus to help open up their opportunities. But again, being so close to the city, there are lots of opportunities for you for internships and job opportunities out of college. So in terms of financial aid and fees, we are happy to announce that this year we're granting scholarships of $12,000 to $25,000 per year. Some of my students this year are taking home that $25,000 scholarship, and then they're additionally getting some of our smaller micro scholarships for things like our honors program, which is a $2,500 per year scholarship, our on-campus housing award, which is $3,000 a year. So although the numbers on the right can look very big and scary, and I think that can be true for a lot of private colleges, you always want to remember that we're offering you lots of scholarship opportunities, and a lot of students are able to bring it closer to a state school price after all of that opportunity there. And this is a watercolor of North Avenue, which is right where our campus is located. It's a really nice spot, lots of restaurants down that strip. So these are just a few of our dorms on campus. If you're planning to dorm, we've got some great options for you. We've got Loftus Hall, East Hall, and that one on the bottom there is our brand new North Avenue Hall. That one's for upperclassmen, but the other two here, Loftus and East Hall, you could be in there as a freshman. Great dorms, suite style living and corridor style living options. I'm speeding through here because we got a time limit, but I'm happy to talk more about that after the session too. So living on campus, here's one of our dorm rooms here. All of our dorms are equipped with air conditioning, laundry facilities, and they have 24/7 security. Printing on campus is also included with your tuition. In addition to all these facilities that we have here mentioned. student life is obviously going to be important as you're getting on campus, because you're not just on campus to be in class, you're in campus to make connections with other students, join clubs, get involved with sports. We are very happy to announce that we've added over 6 club sports this year, and the interest has been beyond anything we could have anticipated. In addition to our 21 Division I sports, we're excited to offer those club sport options to students who want to get involved with sports but maybe aren't ready for that Division I commitment. Some of the groups here that you'll see on this slide here, like the pipe band and our performing arts programs, actually come with some small scholarships as well. We have students this year taking home $3,000 per year as our part of our performing arts grant. If you want to get involved with mission and ministry, there are scholarship and room and board options for you there as well. So definitely we want to provide you a comprehensive experience with lots of exposure to these different groups. And we love to have everybody on campus for visits. So keep an eye on our website. I have the link there at the bottom for our campus visits. We're having some exciting spotlight events coming up. We've also got for seniors, I doubt there's many seniors in here, but if you are a senior, we've got our accepted student stays coming up, some spotlight events on campus, and some live chats online that we'd love you to be a part of. I think I'm coming up to my 6 minutes pretty soon, but if you have any more questions, I'm going to drop some information in the chat box and answer any questions you have. So thank you so much for listening in.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have Salve Regina College, or University rather.
Thank you, Chelsea, and good evening, everyone. Greetings from beautiful Newport, Rhode Island. My name is Jim Fowler, and I'm the Vice President for Enrollment Management at Salve Regina University. You drew the short straw and got me tonight instead of your regional representative, but I hope all is well in Brooklyn. I am just going to share my screen here so we can talk through some of the details of Salve Regina University. Salve Regina University is a mission-driven university located in Newport, Rhode Island. And by mission-driven, mission statement really informs everything that we do as a university. We want students and alumni at Salve to strive for a world that is harmonious, just, and merciful. And we are guided in that quest by the critical concerns of the Sisters of Mercy. And the 5 critical concerns are issues of earth and sustainability and the environment, immigration issues, utilization of nonviolence for the solution of conflict, working against racism, and the challenges faced by women in the world. And so regardless of your academic major, regardless of your academic program or experience, in some way, shape, or form, these critical concerns will be woven into your experience as a student at Salve. Our students come from all over the country and all over the world. We have students from 42 states and 25 nations currently on campus, and they bring a diversity of background and experiences to a very unique international community. Newport, Rhode Island is really a signature destination steeped in history and opportunity. If you are an HBO person and have been watching The Gilded Age, you hear Newport mentioned all the time. And what you'll find in Newport is this immense Gilded Age history. And Salve Regina University's campus is actually one of the most unique and picturesque campuses in the entire world, located on a campus that is created from 7 of these Gilded Age estates. So you have a really unique experience in terms of your on-campus living opportunities. We offer a wide range of academic programs on campus, ranging across the liberal arts and pre-professional programs. And we're really aim at, first and foremost, providing our students with a strong liberal arts foundation, the liberal arts skills that are so necessary to lifetime learning and lifetime success and growth, while also preparing our students for the professional pathways that many of them are seeking. Salve's signature curriculum is designed specifically to help students combine that pre-professional and liberal arts experience so that they can develop entirely as a whole person. And you'll see that often with the opportunity that our students have to engage in other minors to double major, to triple major, to pick up a pre-professional pathway in pre-dental or pre-law or pharmacy or veterinary medicine. And so throughout the entire course of your 4 years, you're going to receive a very strong career development engagement in all aspects of your 4 years. So career development is not just something that happens as a senior, it happens freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Salve is an institution that really focuses on development of the whole person. And in order to do that, we try to emphasize making sure that we bridge the theoretical to the practical. So students are strongly encouraged to do internships. They are encouraged to do study abroad. They engage in great creative outlets where they have opportunities to really take the lead on choosing the creative direction that they want to go into. And many of our students are participating in undergraduate research alongside faculty. Faculty-sponsored research with students is a hallmark of the Salve Regina University campus. And so if you're somebody that wants to be in the lab, or if you want to do field research, you're going to find a home on our campus. It's one of the reasons why our graduates are so successful. The Georgetown Center on Education and the Workforce recently did a longitudinal study of colleges and universities. And what they found was that Salve graduates are in the top 5% of all college and university graduates in the country based on return on investment over the course of their lifetime. This is a very active campus, lots to do. We have Division III athletics on campus with a wide variety of sports ranging from the traditional football, soccer, baseball, softball, volleyball, to some really more unique opportunities. Of course, Newport being the sailing capital of the world, we have to have a sailing team. We have an equestrian team. We have a nationally ranked rugby team. So it's a really neat and unique place to experience college. In addition, students are encouraged to challenge themselves beyond the classroom and on the field and through clubs and organizations. Salve truly believes in developing our undergraduates to be leaders. And not just do we want them to be leaders, we want them to be facilitative leaders, to understand that in today's world, it's really about bringing people together to solve problems, not the old hierarchical structure. And so we provide an environment for students to explore their leadership development opportunities. And one of our students actually enroll at the university in our unique Leadership Scholars Program that you can be admitted to directly upon entrance into the university. If you are considering applying to Salve, and I hope that you will, we offer early Action 1 and early decision opportunities, as well as early action 2. The early action 1 and early decision deadline is November 1st. Early action 2 is on January 5th, and regular decision on February 1st. In terms of our admissions criteria, obviously traditional admissions criteria, but we are looking at each student individually, and we are test optional for all of our academic programs, including nursing. We are very generous with scholarships and financial aid, scholarship awards ranging from 10 to 25,000, but 99% of our families receive some form of aid, whether need-based aid or scholarship aid. And for many of our students, while there is a sticker price of $60,000, most of our students are paying considerably less for the Salve experience. You can't really understand Salve until you come visit us. So we strongly encourage you to come see our amazing Newport campus right on the Atlantic Ocean by coming through a campus tour. We also have a spring open house coming up on Sunday, April 24th, which is a great opportunity to visit the campus. So I hope to see you on campus soon. I hope you'll have an opportunity to experience the majesty that is Newport, Rhode Island, and come visit us on our incredibly dynamic campus and join the Seahawk community. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have the University of Chicago.
Hello everyone. Hi, Brooklyn Tech. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just to make sure that we can see. There we go. Hopefully you can see the PowerPoint. UChicago is a mid-size liberal arts college within a big research institution. We're going to touch on both of those really briefly because they both play a pretty big role in the day-to-day life of our students. But let's start with that liberal arts piece. You are going to go through our core curriculum as a UChicago undergraduate student. You can see the subject areas on the screen, and even though the names might be a little bit different, like civilization studies, for example, which is our history or social studies type component, these probably don't sound too foreign, too far out there, because you all are used to taking some STEM classes, some social sciences. You all are used to writing, maybe taking a foreign language. We want to take that momentum that you already have from your learning experience thus far and keep it going and make sure that you come out of college with those, what we like to call soft skills, those skills that are going to help you no matter what direction your career path goes in. Things like being able to think critically, think outside the box, problem solve, write, and communicate effectively. The one thing that makes all of these classes, or no matter what area they're in, is the fact that they're all going to be very small and discussion based. So at University of Chicago, we are very focused on thinking outside the box, thinking creatively, thinking in an interdisciplinary way. And we want to do that through discussion. So this is not a university where you are going to be sitting in the back of a large lecture hall. If you've done anything in your classes thus far called a Socratic seminar, then you already have a pretty good idea of how our classes are structured. The professors are there not to tell you what to think, but they're there to make sure that you feel comfortable putting your ideas forward and contributing to the discussion. And our overall approach to education is more focused on teaching you how to think and not what to think. So these core classes are going to make up about a third of your classes. We also have over 50 different options for majors and over 50 for minors. So it is real difficult to be bored as a student at UChicago. You are also welcome to study more than one thing and mix and match those in a way that works for you. Now, I do want to very briefly touch on research. As I mentioned, we are a Research One institution, and over 80% of our students come to us because they're really excited to participate in research during their 4 years with us. So if you like to really dig deep, get your hands dirty, metaphorically or literally, with subject matter you're interested in, research with our professors could be a great option for you. Now, for the sake of time, I'm going to touch very briefly on student life. I encourage you, if you're interested in UChicago, to look at our housing system because it is a little bit different. We have about 7 residence halls, but they're broken into 48 groups that we call houses. A house is a cluster of students and they share common resources. So a house might be the bottom floor or 2 of a residence hall. It might be the east wing or the west wing, but these houses all have different personalities and unique traditions. They truly are different. And these students do so many fun things together. They do things like regularly scheduled bad movie nights. That's one of my personal favorites. They do things like midnight ultimate frisbee games, midnight pancake breakfasts. There's a house that does tea parties every weekend. This is not going to be your only sense of community, very far from it, but it's where your community starts as a UChicago student. And often it's where folks' best memories and their longest lasting friendships tend to come from. But there are a lot of ways that you can build your community. You can see just a few of them on the screen. We are a NCAA Division III school. So we have not only those Division III varsity sports, of which there are 20, but we also have many, many club options. We also have intramural. If you would like to play a sport very casually or maybe try a new sport you've always wanted to try, that's a great option. We have over 400 student organizations. You can see a few examples there on the screen. There are many ways for you to build the community that works the best for you. I do, though, want to touch on our application process. It's never too early to start thinking about it. We have 4 different ways in which you can apply. In November 1st, early November, you're going to find the ability to apply early action or early decision. Early decision is, of course, binding. If you know UChicago is your top choice and you would love to attend if accepted, then early decision might be a great option for you. If you are really interested, but that sounds like a little bit too much commitment, you'd like to keep your options open, early action could be a great choice. In early January, we have a second round of early decision and regular decision as well. The last thing that I really want to touch on is a pretty unique part of our application. This is a lot of what we're known for. It's called our extended essay question. As a part of the application, we ask you to choose one of our different prompts. None of them have right or wrong answers. They're all there to give you that opportunity to think creatively, think outside the box, and really see what it's like to be a UChicago student. Finally, I'm going to end with this slide. Feel free to take a picture of it to get these links. I will also put these links in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope to see you all out in Brooklyn very soon. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, so that wraps up our presentations. There are a few that were unable to make it this evening, so I am going to welcome back the three that just presented, and we'll do a couple of questions so we can hear from you all a little bit more. So we'll jump back up to Iona College. And what advice do you have for a student who's going through the admissions process, either now or sometime in the near future?
Oh, that's a great question. I think my biggest piece of advice is visit as much as you can. Ultimately, we want, as admissions counselors, we all want to help you get the best decision for you and get you on the best campus that works for you. Of course, we'd always love it to be us, but you're only going to know if you really get on campus and visit and really get a chance to see what those colleges have to offer. I would also recommend, if there's as juniors, I think it's a really good time to identify what's important to you, figure out what's the most important things for you as you're looking at your college options, and be stubborn about them. If you're 100% sure that you want a really hands-on experience with in an environmental science program where you can really get in there and get your hands dirty, literally, as one of the refs here said, then you should be stubborn about that and find a program that can offer you that. So that's what would be my advice.
Awesome. Thank you. Salve Regina, what is your advice?
Well, when in doubt, I always say refer to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't panic. This is a process that I think has been ginned up to be this incredibly stressful, critical, you have to do everything right or you're going to blow it process. And the college admissions process is anything but. At the end of the day, if you take your time and you do your research and you visit campuses and you apply to places and you utilize your great college counseling office, then you will find yourself at a place where you will be happy. You will get into college. I promise you that. You will end up someplace where you'll get an excellent education and have a great experience, even if it isn't your first choice school. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Over the course of my career, I've talked to many, many students who say, gee, I had my heart set on X school, and when I didn't get in, I was devastated. And then I went to the school I went to and I was like, wow, I was really meant to be here. So thankful I didn't get into my first choice school, because many things that were so important to my development as a person maybe wouldn't have happened if I hadn't ended up where I really belonged. So approach this with optimism. Approach this with a sense that it will all turn out fine. And in the end, you are all very intelligent young people with great futures in front of you. And no matter where you go to school, the future is bright for you.
Thank you so much. University of Chicago, what is your advice?
Absolutely second everything that both my colleagues have said. I will add to that, as you're going throughout this process, as you are looking at schools online, as you're visiting, if you can, remember that what's going to set you up for success in your college years and beyond is not the number of resources a school has. It's how you take advantage of them as a student. They're not going to be very helpful to you if you don't really get in there and take advantage of them and really use that experience. And that relates to some of the essays that you might write as a part of your application. When a school asks you, Where can you see yourself fitting in our community? Why are you excited about us? Remember that and really try to use that space to describe your unique connection with a school and how you plan to take advantage of all these really cool opportunities that you've learned about in this college search process.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so now I want to ask, what is one thing you want students to remember about your school specifically? And we'll jump back up to Iona College.
I think about Iona College specifically. I would love you to really think about our student life options and the fact that we're a growing college. We're adding more students this year. We're going to have lots of options for healthcare. So I guess really I would want you to remember that Iona is in a time of great growth, and we have a lot to offer right now, but we're going to have even more to offer as the years are going on, and we're excited to meet any requests and needs that the students need as that comes along.
Thank you so much. Salve?
I think it's important to keep in mind that the college experience is a holistic one. One where you're going to explore in and out of the classroom, and you're going to want to be a part of a community that is going to support you in that exploration. And I think that Salve Regina University is a place where you will find faculty and staff and fellow students that are committed and engaged and excited to support you to become your best self. And that really is the hallmark of the Salve education and the Salve family experience on our campus.
Thank you. University of Chicago?
There's one thing that I want folks to know about UChicago. It's the fact that we are, again, a liberal arts college. So we're looking for folks who are excited to learn across the board, learn in a variety of courses, in addition to the majors that they end up declaring. And also that we truly are a group of creative outside the box thinkers. If you are someone who loves wacky conversations in which you're combining different ideas, if you're someone who loves grappling with questions that don't have a right or wrong answer, you like to play in that gray space and see what comes out of it, then that might be someone who's a great fit for our classroom communities and our student life as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, I have one more question for you. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? And we'll go back up to Iona College.
Yeah, I think that Jim Fowler over with Salve Regina really hit the nail on the head, but admissions is really more of a holistic process than a lot of students realize. I was at a college fair today, for example, and I was talking to some students. They're like, if I drop my IB biology class, am I still going to get into college? Like, how big a deal is that? They wanted to know, like, if that was going to make or break their admission status at, just in general at college. And I think that a lot of students, especially like around junior year, there's a lot of like nerves going on. Again, it's not like this huge make or break process. You're allowed to make mistakes, or you're allowed to, kind of choose path that works for you at high school and college. And although it's always important, you should, take your studies seriously, but at the same time, don't lose sleep over dropping that IB biology class. If it's driving you nuts, like, do what's best for you as a student, and approach the process, again, like Jim had said, with less, with a sense of peace, I would say, and feel confident in your own abilities to perform well at the schools that you apply to and to get into the schools that you do apply to.
Awesome. Thank you. Salve, Regina?
For me, the biggest myth is rankings. Relying on the rankings to completely drive your college admissions process is a sure way to be disappointed with the outcome. The idea that you can only get a great education at the US News top 50 or top 100 colleges is a fallacy. We're very fortunate to live in a country that embraces higher education and offers many great opportunities for higher education, with more than 4,000 accredited colleges and universities, each of which have incredible strengths and have amazing graduates that are out in the world doing great things.
Wonderful. Thank you. And the University of Chicago?
Absolutely true. I will add that a big myth out there is that we are looking for folks who write essays on specific topics. Truly, when admissions officers get your essays and we read about you, all we're looking to do is get to know you. Who are you? What makes you tick? What do you like to do? What do you like to think about? You do not need to have solved world hunger, or you do not need to have survived a tragedy in order to write a good college essay. Focus on what makes you unique, what you really want to share with someone in order to make sure they have a good idea of who you are.
All great advice and great responses. Thank you so much. All right, so that brings things to a close this evening, so I will wrap it up. So I want to send a big thank you to our presenters for the information you've brought and the time that you are spending here. Thank you to our participants for joining. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We really appreciate any feedback you can provide. That is it for sessions for this time around, but you can find all of the recordings, either this one, if you want to watch again, or some that you didn't end up catching. They will all be at strivescan.com/BrooklynTech. And that is it. Thank you so much again. Have a great evening.